one of us can say we were really ready for this back when, you know?
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
Right. So, Jay, you want to tell the people a little bit about yourself? Don't get into too much now. Don't put too much business out there, but just go
Uh,
ahead
um,
and tell them
I don't know.
how you know us, how you come into
I'm
us.
a father, husband, and a working man. That's it.
I
So
know that's right.
wholesome. See how he started like that? That's so wholesome. He
I
made sure
know.
out the gate. He said,
Yeah.
I
"Ain't
know.
nobody gonna be in these comments messing up my night."
Okay. His wife, look, is your wife watching?
She behind the monitor camera is like, so Jamar did the face wipe. He's like, "Yeah." Oh man.
Y'all
So,
stupid.
I mean, I understand. Shoot, man.
Hey, you know,
We
hey,
all got hardware.
exactly.
He just came in from walking the dog.
Hold on, I think I had mine on, but wait a minute. Okay, it's right here behind me. I took it off for a second
Yeah.
while I lotioned up my hands, but yeah. Okay.
My
Mhm.
son called me out because I wasn't wearing the one that Adrian bought me. I was wearing. I had to go buy the little rubber ones, man, because I'm like, man, I can't keep wearing those things. I'm
That's what I
trying to
got.
build
Uh-huh.
stuff. I'm like, look, and I can at least fall asleep in this one. The other ones are
Yeah,
uncomfortable all the time, man.
For
yeah.
real.
I got the little like
Yeah. The silicone
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Oh
I
wow,
got
where
a
you got
pack of
that
them from
from?
Amazon.
Amazon.
I got a pack of them for
Oh.
like you get like 10 for $4, right?
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
Oh wow.
Assorted colors and flavors, baby.
different colors. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Oh wow, hold on. When streaming to a profile, viewer comments won't show up unless the stream is public on Facebook. By default, it is friends only. Okay, wait a minute. I need to change this to public. Y'all
Mm.
keep on talking. Let me
Oh,
figure the stream out.
yeah. Yeah,
But
so
yeah.
I mean, I hope the best for Carrie. I really do hope the best for Carrie.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see all of a sudden just a random picture of Carrie and Beyonce having like brunch or something, mimosas.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Does this mean
I
Carrie?
go
Go ahead.
ahead. Y'all go ahead. No,
I
y'all go
don't
ahead.
know if Carrie Hilson's career would be able to recover from 20 years of doing a hard time, but I hope everybody else involved with make putting her in that position. I hope they get I hope their time is now. I hope they get to go through what she went through.
I
You
hope
know,
What
so too.
exactly is going on?
like the Carrie Hilson thing, she came out this week saying that, and this time she dropped receipts. No, my bad. Carrie still didn't, even in the middle of saying that, I was forced to write, I was forced to sing this. This isn't what I wanted to do. She still was protecting people. She still didn't release names.
Mm-hmm.
The internet did what the internet did and pulled up like, Esther Dean, you wrote the diss. Polo, you made her do it. And
Mm-hmm.
just like that, the receipts was out there. Everybody like, yeah, that's exactly what happened. So,
Mm-hmm.
you got Carrie Hilson sitting there with a big mark on her back for the past 20 years, and she ain't did nothing. And I said she better than
Nothing
me.
whatsoever.
I would have leaked all them documents. I would have leaked all them documents. I would give Fox News. I would have given everybody.
Me too.
They ain't
I'd
do
have
it to
burned the
y'all.
whole damn house down.
Exactly. You think for a second that thing wouldn't have been on lipstick? What is it? Lipstick Alley back in the day.
Alley. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
All
Strawberry
over
letter
the place.
everywhere. I would have dropped all
All over the
kinds of
place.
hints.
Mm-hmm. Cause
I ain't
it's
going
like,
out there
damn,
like
y'all gonna try to y'all gonna allow my career to be ruined, but then y'all sitting around still getting rich and writing songs for the very same people that I got crucified for when it wasn't even me. Oh hell no! Y'all either listen. I'm gonna have to send a note. You either gonna tell it or I'm gonna tell it. You take your choice. You
basically.
take your pick.
This ain't no blackmail. This ain't no
You better
blackmail.
beat
We
me
just
to it.
clearing some things. Yeah, just clearing some
Mm-hmm.
things up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Either you're gonna tell it or I'm gonna tell it. Take it. It'd probably be
Right,
better if you go ahead and say it.
right. But
Mm-hmm.
good luck to her. I
I
hope
know.
the best for her. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I hope the best for her. Hopefully, now but I would say this: if she decides that, hey, I'm making a switch over to acting, I'm moving away from music. I respect, and this is a controversial take. I respect her a lot more than I respect, not respect, but I appreciate that more out of her than I appreciate hearing Quavo trying to release music. It's Quavo latest music, man.
What?
Yeah, Quavo music been bad, man. So
When was it ever good?
according
That's
to Chris
something
Yeah,
to
like
Brown,
ponder
when
on, right?
according to Chris Brown, when Takeoff was alive, but I don't.
he
Well, I
had one
mean,
good
even
song
that
by itself.
album, Lord bless the dead, but what was that? Unkin Me?
Yeah, yeah,
Unkin
yeah,
Joe
yeah,
or
yeah,
something? That
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah,
not
yeah.
good. It
Uncle
didn't
Q.
get,
Uncle Q or something like that.
Yeah,
Uncle,
Uncle
Uncle
Q.
yeah, it
something.
didn't
Yeah.
get that much play, right?
I'll say post
I
Omnis.
I couldn't tell you.
I mean, we all know
Well,
it was just
Jamar,
that one
hey,
song.
honestly, my thoughts too.
It was just that one song. Well, I mean, like, I think Quavo tried to drop a few more songs, and one of them most recently he tried to do like a country song or something like
Mhm.
that, like in the mud, some Georgia mud song. I'm like,
Mhm.
Quavo, north side of Atlanta, man.
Yeah,
Like
no.
literally, all you talk about is ice, 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 and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Right around Rari. When's the last time you seen mud?
Hmm.
So but
No, I wouldn't. Yeah, when the Migos broke up, that was the end of that. But y'all
Yeah.
know, I got a question. How long y'all think that would have lasted? The
I
Migos.
think I think truthfully speaking, I think Migos would have lasted if
Hmm.
Quavo and like Saweetie would have been a thing. The problem
Think
was,
so?
well, I think the problem was, Quavo obviously felt like he was the Beyonce of the group, and
Hmm.
Hollywood tried to treat him like that. Hip hop been
Hmm.
like, no, Takeoff is the only one with the rhymes. We
Yeah.
like him. He has flow. But Offset married Cardi.
Hmm.
And then that's when everything started to change. The dynamics started to change.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Offset is next to someone more popular than all three of them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
And
got the celebrity.
he got the celebrity. They're in
Hmm.
shows now. He's sitting doing shows with Max. He's this. So all of
Uh-huh.
a sudden, you're starting to see that separation, and then Quavo starting to look like, hey man, you're just second fiddle to the group because we keep trying to keep pumping you up. But
Hmm.
Hollywood like
Mhm.
Offset because of his proximity to his wife,
Yeah.
because of
Hmm.
her realness and everything else. Let's not forget that she already had a foot in Hollywood before they started dating.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think the only way it just wasn't going to work the way it was because you had two single guys that want to do single guy things, who want to hang out and still be these people, and you got this other married man who's supposed to be acting married or whatever the case.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, that's attached to this wife who's, like I said again, she's just a bigger celebrity. The only way they would have worked
Right.
out is if, like I said, Quavo had something that took his attention away from,
Hmm.
either the group of Migos or
Hmm.
what that couple is doing
Yeah.
separate from me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because they
Hmm.
wouldn't have. They wouldn't have. They wouldn't have. They wouldn't have broke up or fell off because of like money issues,
No.
like most
Right.
groups do. You know what I
No.
mean? Because it was good there, and the fact that it was family made them
Yeah.
even more. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
stick together. So it was. If it wasn't for all the other stuff, they
Yeah.
probably could have had a. They could have had a nice run as a group.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. I mean, with their style of rapping, it makes me wonder how long, because y'all know, and especially when it comes to rap, these, what they call it, mumble rap.
Hmm.
The different fads of rap, they come in and out over,
Yeah.
some last for like that, like the mumble rap thing. How long is
Yeah.
that? What I'm saying is that's
Yeah.
probably going to stick around for the next what? No, it's already gone. Because do y'all
Yeah.
still hear
It
people
got,
doing
yeah.
mumble rap?
It's
Yeah.
kind of falling off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, would they have lasted past the mumble rap phase? Do y'all think they were capable of taking it further? And you know what? Does that make
Yeah.
sense? Y'all get what I'm
Absolutely.
trying to say?
I
Yeah.
think they could have.
Absolutely. I think they would have. And
I think they
Mhm.
could have.
the
Okay.
only reason why I believe they would have is because on the other side of the aisle you have, you have Future,
Mhm.
and you do have Lil Baby, even though his career ain't what it was, during that time.
I don't
But
know none of his music. Keep
yeah,
going.
but they still hold their thing down in Atlanta, and I think the difference between Future, Lil Baby, and then the Migos is Future is Atlanta. He
Mhm.
cares about Atlanta. Y'all want me? You know where to find me.
Mhm.
Migos, you can tell, like I said, right before they started breakup, they were literally just trying to be more of a larger thing. They want to grow out. They represent Atlanta, but they want to be larger than that. You know what I'm saying?
Mainstream, right?
More
Mhm.
mainstream, and
Mhm.
they still would have a place. They still would have a presence because hip hop fans was tuning into their songs because I want to hear what Takeoff got to say.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But like I said, the only thing is just the fact that it without them finding that thing outside of the group,
Mhm.
it was just going to be incredibly difficult because, like I said, at the end of the day, Takeoff and Cardi's career was going,
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
and they didn't
Mhm.
need music. They didn't need music to make it go anywhere. Cardi B dropped one album. She still ain't dropping no album.
Right.
She still
And
ain't
She said
a
they do another
mixtape.
one.
yeah.
I think I heard that. Didn't y'all hear that too? She was about to do one, right?
She had a second album. Cardi B did have a second album, and she went on the news and she said the reason why she didn't release it, two things. It was two reasons why she didn't release it. One is because her management team. She eventually let them go, and then without having that management team being able to push those certain things or doing the rollout, all came on her back. But the second thing is that her first album she got a Grammy for. It was filled with hits. She had plenty of ghostwriters. She had all this and all that. She was like, well, how can I not fail on the second one?
Right.
And it was just that thought that gave her paralysis. You can't have that mentality for hip hop. Hey, look, it's a sophomore slump for a reason. Like, put it out there, fix it the next time around. You know what I'm saying? But don't not release music because you end up in a weird situation like Lauryn Hill.
Right. But y'all ever thought about it? Lauryn Hill made that one album, and that shit has set her up for the rest of her life. One album.
Yeah.
One, just one.
Just
That's
one.
all it takes nowadays.
Yeah.
Really, it don't even take an album. Really, if you come out with one good hit, you set for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't even know it's a hit. You just luck up. I swear. And my biggest example for that is VIC. VIC did everything he could.
Ooh.
VIC. He did all these songs.
I don't know who that is.
I'm gonna tell you who it is.
I'm listening.
He dropped tracks. And this is when I was in the Army. This is when I was still in Alabama. He was on the radio. I heard the song come on. It played on the radio for 2 or 3 months. It disappeared. A few years later, the song came out. It was a viral dance to a wedding, and it was the wobble. Next thing you know, it everywhere.
Yeah.
And
I forgot about him.
Oh,
exactly.
Okay. The wobble man. Okay.
6-7 years old before that video of the newlyweds dancing. And that was everywhere now.
So it's like it's like on the bus stop. It's gonna electric slide the bus stop. It's just like that.
Exactly. We're over there in the Bahamas doing the wobble on a cruise ship. Just imagine, just out of nowhere, it just blows up, and you're like, "Yo!" Now you got that one song. You're touring everywhere.
I wonder if they're playing in China.
I wouldn't be surprised if they were.
But the only person to have a one hit song and it ruined his life was Jaquan.
Oh,
everybody in the club getting tipsy.
They said that song ruined his life.
Really? How?
Because he's only known for that song.
Yeah, he's
nobody wants to hear his other. He still get paid today to perform that song.
Yeah.
Hey, like 16,000.
Hey, if you're lucky, you get that.
Damn.
You'd be lucky if you get that. I swear.
Let me who booking Jaquan?
Yeah. And then, but I don't know if you have any credits for Shabuzi song Tipsy, but he performed it during the Country Music Awards. He came out there.
Yeah. Oh, he did.
Jaquan did come out there. So
and then what if he's writing in the background? Do we know that? If he's maybe writing in the background?
I ain't dissing the St. Louis viewers on here, but I don't know about too many St. Louis that making hot days,
Hold on, do y'all see y'all viewers? Like,
Oh, I'm not looking, man.
I'm not looking.
Look at my view when I stop screaming.
I don't know how. I don't even know how it's going. I'm seeing like numbers pop up. Okay, I see y'all everything on everybody's end. So yeah, okay. I just want to know, like, am I seeing everything across the board or what's going on here?
Yeah.
I want to make sure I get to see everybody. Y'all may have to make it public too. Don't make your whole page public.
I think I have mine
this
public. I think I have mine public, but I'll double back when we get on the other one. But yeah,
well, what I'm saying is make it public while you're live, so it can show that you're live, and that way we can try to see what the engagement is going to be when we're, you know what I'm saying?
Well, so you do that
live and recorded thing.
You do that from
go to your Facebook.
Facebook.
Go into your Facebook and go to the live and set it as public. Just this one. You see what I'm saying?
I'm tracking. Yeah, there we
go. So that way if your people do come in, it'll show. You know what I'm saying? It'll show across the board. And Jamar, did you share yours to somewhere? Oh shit. Jay.
What happened?
Did you share yours to somewhere?
Yeah, I gotta go on YouTube.
Okay. Just wherever you share it to your platform, and just make sure it's public. That's all. Okay, so yeah, Ken, I see one of your people on here, and Jay, I see two of your people on here.
Okay.
What's up, everybody? Y'all say, what's up if you're here? We doing a Crown by Kenzie sneak peek podcast. This is just a little sneak peek. Make sure you guys, if you want to see more of this, make sure you like, subscribe, follow, hit the notification bell. That way you can come along for the ride and the journey with us, and you'll know when we finally do make that world premiere on the podcasting platform. You'll be right there for the first show. So again, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. So yeah, y'all did that. So anyway, did you guys see the I know we're gonna turn the corner for a second. Did you guys see the helicopter that crashed in New York?
That was crazy, man.
Oh yeah, I seen a little bit of it. Yeah,
I saw a little clip of what happened, and then I read a little bit about the pilot. That was just crazy, man. Just absolutely tragic.
Yeah.
Do y'all think they had? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I just saw a little bit of a video, and I was just like, "Oh yeah, I don't want to dive into looking into the story and all that. It's happening so much now.
It is.
It feels like it. It does feel like it.
Yeah, like it was just one. It was just the main one that happened. Like in DC. Then it was another one shortly after that. And yeah, it's happening a lot, man.
Something just happened in DC too with the plane. If I'm not mistaken, it was a near crash or something.
Nah, that thing full blown hit the ground and exploded.
Yeah, so we had a near crash, and it started out the one that actually exploded at the beginning of the year. Then we did have a near crash a few weeks ago, but that's like the fourth near crash we've had already. We had one in Atlanta. Terry Bradshaw was in one of the planes, and I think one of his wings got clipped. Nothing too serious, but it was just brought out. But like I said, with the helicopter, obviously the investigation is going to work. According to the videos, it looks like the rotor just separated completely from the helicopter. Maybe something's wrong with the actual transmission itself, or maybe the rotor. But it sucks because, like I said, this gentleman was, I think from Utah, went to the University of Utah, Navy SEAL. Wanted to pilot. He already has a commercial certificate, so definitely seasoned, poised, over the radio saying that, hey, I need to get some fuel. Then boom, it sucks. We had a crash in South Florida 3 days ago.
Yeah, Boca Raton.
Yep, Boca Raton. And then I think a little bit before then, I think we may have had another one right outside Atlanta. So, these things do happen. It's unfortunate, we hear it a lot, but everybody just be safe.
So let me ask y'all this. Let me ask y'all this. Let me ask y'all this. How do y'all feel about flying now at this point?
I'm supposed to be flying next week.
Oh,
yeah, I actually am
ooh,
supposed to be
my
flying.
bad.
Well, it's not just flying. 2 weeks from now, I'm supposed to be flying to
Somewhere.
And then, but next Saturday, I don't know if it can show. I'm supposed to be actually.
Well, don't show too much now.
Yeah, well, I'm supposed to be piloting, doing my discovery flight.
What?
I'm doing my discovery flight next Saturday.
What do you mean? What do you mean discovery? You're gonna be actually driving the plane, just flying the plane yourself?
Yeah, on my journey to try to be a pilot.
What the heck?
Hopefully I can get it done in 5 years. That's my goal.
Well, wait a minute now. Listen, go forward. I'm gonna support you with that. But I was trying to get ready for the boat. Now you trying to get ready for a plane? I can't keep up.
Those are two separate things. The boat came out of nowhere because I was on the local university's auction site, and they were auctioning off a sailboat for $500. Never in a million years would I've ever thought about a sailboat. I don't know anything about sailing. I don't know anything about boating. I don't know anything about driving a boat.
Right.
But $500.
You'll learn.
Well, exactly. And then the auction was
rent it out.
Yeah. Well, the auction was 2 weeks long. So now I'm sitting here like, oh, am I going to get this boat? I'm going to get this boat. So now I'm looking at YouTube videos and everybody's like, oh my God, it's so peaceful. I quit my job and I sailed all the way to Australia. I'm like, damn, that sounds fun.
Right.
And then, as time went by, I was like, okay, I think I want a boat. But the last day of the auction was supposed to close at 1 o'clock my time or 2 o'clock my time. And I knew from the moment I bid all up to that last second, I said, there's two outcomes. Either I'm going to lose this boat or I'm overpay for this boat. There's no way that I will be able to get away with a university used sailboat for $500. So we get within the last 20 minutes. Next thing you know, I said I got outbid. I said, okay. I sat there for like a minute and I said, okay, I'm going to try to throw something in there. The person only bid like $50 more than me.
Oh, and wow.
And so I went another 50. And then I got the screenshot. Literally that last 5 minutes, it was a 50. We just kept going at it. And I think I got all the way up to maybe 1875. And I was like, if I bid any more, I'm actually stepping into the realm of overpaying. Because if I don't know if y'all ever get a chance, if you ever get bored, just go to Facebook Marketplace, go to eBay, look at how much sailboats cost. They do not cost that much. Because unless you got a brand new one, but you get a new sailboat for like $3,000 with the trailer.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, but that one at that point, it hasn't been used since the pandemic started. It's been sitting outside. I was going to do a whole lot of work, and I'm like, if I buy this thing, I'm about to drop $2,000 on this boat. I gotta fix it. So I was like, nah, and like I said, telling myself either I'm about to overpay for this boat or I'm about to lose this boat. So I walked away from it. But now I want a boat. So I was like, okay, I want a boat.
But that's what I was waiting for. Like, wait a minute. When I come back over there, like, we're gonna get on the boat. Now you trying to get a plane. Listen. I'm all happy for you in the process of the plane, but I ain't gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna join you on that now. Like, I would have joined you on the boat, but
right. Well, what ends up happening is I was like, okay, I wanted to be a pilot a while ago, but it's one of the things I just never had the time, and I finally pulled the trigger. But I don't want to own a plane. I don't think I have the capacity to. I don't have nowhere to put a plane. The same way I don't have nowhere to put a boat.
Well, you don't know. Don't know where life can take you.
Yeah, but I I am happy, about that idea, but you have to pay out of pocket, and that's the thing. That's why I need 5 years. I can't pay that money
for the class.
It's like $50,000.
And pay half of the salary.
Right. Well, the thing about it is aviation school isn't like a university degree. It isn't like a bachelor's degree. It's actually a federal certificate. So it's exactly like your driver's license.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
What you're doing is taking the classes to pass the test.
Okay.
And at a certain point, the only way you can pass a test or get certified is if you had hours. So you need to use other people's plane and get in log. So you got to pay for all the. So that's kind of like how it is. And because of that, there isn't a situation where, hey, I'm gonna go get a loan, from Apple to pay for this. Like, no, that's not how it works.
Like truck driving, so to speak.
Basically, yeah.
Just more expensive.
Yep. Yeah. So supposedly pay pretty good dividends later on in life, but for all I know,
I've always heard that pilots get paid real good. Yeah.
Not for me to leave the feds.
So you gonna go work for Delta or?
Okay. Okay.
I would love to if I'm gonna fly for anybody, it'd be Spirit or one of the budget airlines. I want to give back to the people that helped me get around this planet. I
don't know if I can take Spirit.
Around over here, man. I'm not big. He said, "Man, I'm flying Frontier." Like, I need my seat to feel like Buick seats. I'm like, man, I'm sitting on fold-out chairs in here, man.
No, when he took a chance and we flew, not Frontier, what you just said, Spirit.
Yeah,
we flew Spirit to New Orleans in November.
Yeah,
clean plane. Brand new, look like people very, very nice. But when I tell you that ride was so uncomfortable, I felt like I was sitting on a you know how you have the ironing board and you have, when you have the ironing board, you have the little cushion part and then you have the cloth over it. Take the cushion part and the cloth up. No, just take the cushion part up and put the cloth down over that hard metal. That's what I felt like I was sitting on. Never again. Never again.
Yeah.
That was the last time you flew Spirit?
Yes, that was in the November 3rd, 2024. That was the first and last time. Never again.
I'm a lowest bidder type guy. I ain't gonna hold you, man. I'm like, look, who can get me there safely? Because all BS aside, none of these little plane crashes in Spirit. You can't find it. Ain't on it. Spirit said, look,
neither one of them gonna get me there.
Spirit is like, look, we don't make enough money to replace these planes. You gotta land this motherfucker. That's exactly how I go.
I prefer not to. So because who I like to fly with is acting the fool right now, I'm just gonna stay my ass at home. How about that?
I don't know what.
But did y'all see? But in Boca Raton, you saw that right here. You don't even got to be on the plane. The plane will come to you. You saw the plane hit the car, so the plane will come to you.
I was actually watching this video, man. So there's a video on Reddit of this lady, and I was literally just looking at it. I wonder if I can pull it up.
Yeah, share it.
I wonder if
you can.
I wonder if I can share it. She parked her car. She was in the car, and she was at a stop sign. Tree literally just fell on her car. She was you saw it, right? She's in the driver's seat. Behind. I was like,
I got it. I'm gonna share it with y'all. Y'all keep talking. I got it. I got it.
When is your time?
It's in one of my inboxes.
Yeah, she didn't get hurt.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey man, your time to go.
It's your time. You just don't know how it's gonna come to you. Like I said, you ain't even gotta go to it. It'll come to you. So let me see. I know I shared it with somebody. Yeah.
But then
so Jay told us that we got. Go ahead.
Good.
No, I was like, man. Go ahead, you finish.
But the tree looked like it was dead. I was looking at it like when it fell down, it just baked the tree, Jamar. When the tree hit the ground, it just disintegrated. And I was like,
I got it right here.
Damn.
I got it right here. Hold on. Let me
give it. Wait till you see this. Wait till you
It's
see this.
wild. Like, hold on. Okay. All right. Hold on. All right. And even for the people who didn't see it at home, let me close that part out. Just private chat. Hold on. Okay. All right, y'all. Hold the line. Let me get it. What's that? Share screen. Boom. Here we go right here. Okay. Look here. Wild. Let me try to put it in the middle. Uh-oh. All right.
She was the only one in the car?
She's the only one in the car. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. She was the only. I think she was. I didn't hear anything else about a child or anything or anybody being in the back seat.
No.
But that is wild, right? Look at that again.
Wild.
That's wild. And she's just there, and just boom.
I'm glad she made it out of it. But look at how the tree just basically disintegrates, and there's no leaves on it. And like, yo, somebody anyway should have cut that down. The county forestry or something like that. They should have cut it down.
Mm-hmm.
But
lucky she didn't stop a little farther back.
Yeah.
I know, like, yo, a meter back, she would have been.
Yeah, that would have been it.
Definitely all-state mayhem moments, man.
Right. Was that what's his name? What's he call himself? Was that him? Was he behind there pushing that tree?
Yeah.
What was it? Just a dead tree or something?
That's what it looked like. That's what it looked like, and it probably rained, and then next thing it just kind of fell over. So I'm glad she made it, because man, that's
what I'm telling you. Trees could just fall over like that.
Me either.
And it fell from like the roots. It wasn't like half the tree at the top.
Yeah. The whole thing that just went down. But like I said, just same thing with the Boca Raton video. You just business, drinking on your Smoothie King.
Exactly. You ain't gotta go to it, it'll come to you.
I should be laughing, but I'm saying.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, ain't nothing you can do about it at this point, you know.
Yeah. Like I said, is exactly like that guy that was in Florida that the earth, the sinkhole in his bedroom. You're in your bedroom, you're in your bed, and a sinkhole swallows you. And
ain't that crazy?
It's crazy, because think about it, psychologically speaking, philosophically speaking, your bed is the safest place on earth. That's where you go power down. You shut down all your defenses, you close your eyes, and if the earth swallows you in your bed, it was meant to be. That's
just the craziest part about everything, just about the whole situation. Because I'm gonna tell you something that's so little known fact. That's something that I do think about, the sinkhole of it all. Because I like to be inquisitive and watch different videos, and I've seen the videos where the house just caved in. They just in the kitchen and the whole damn house caved in. And when you fall in the sinkhole, 9 times out of 10, you never be found again.
You never found it. It's not like a cartoon where you're falling in like this lake and
right.
I know it's dirt covered. You literally just got buried under there, and then the luckiest thing would be it caved in. You got buried right there, but most likely it caved in. The earth shifted under that. Yeah, so you got buried, and then the sand and everything shifted, and you maybe. Who knows? You may be about 500, 300 meters away from that spot, buried under there. Probably crushed. You wouldn't have known anyway. Nuts, man. And you don't even get warnings.
None whatsoever. None. I would hope the shit just starts to crackle or something. You hear a noise like, I don't know. That's
but you don't know how big it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Like, could you imagine hearing like, oh, everybody get out the house. You run across the street and it's swallowed over there, Like,
it can be your whole damn house just falling in, I think when the earth starts shifting, it does make a weird noise. Because y'all see the video with the earthquakes over, and where was it? Japan or wherever it was? No, where was it? In Thailand.
The most recent ones?
Uh-huh.
I
Where the high-rise buildings fell in. Y'all didn't see them.
I think I saw that. I want to say I did.
Yeah, the high-rise, because a lot of Thailand built apartments are in high-rises. And some of the buildings, like, they just fell down. And one of them, you could see literally the people were in the pool and the water was doing like this. I mean, it's just pouring over the side of the building like a rainfall, like a waterfall.
Wow.
I'm gonna show it to you. Like, I'm gonna find it. So, but yeah, that's wild.
Does anybody know?
Go ahead.
That we was on that subject. Did anybody know what was the cause of that building collapsing in the Dominican?
No, but it's been a lot of speculation. Did y'all see the video of it's a video that's going around saying that one of the security guys tried to warn them that something was about to happen. I don't know who this is, but maybe y'all do. I don't know who that is.
Any Catholics in the house?
I don't know who that is.
Catholic? I'm more of a dog man myself.
Yeah, me too. Like, I don't know who that is, but okay. Oh, well, thank you for watching, whomever it is.
Don't forget to hit subscribe. Yeah.
Thank you. So yeah.
Yeah, you said the security guard was trying to tell.
Oh yeah, one of the security guards was trying to come in, and it's conflicting because from what I saw, they said the security guard was trying to warn the band to stop the bill, stop the music and get the people out. But then I did read somewhere else that was a lie, that the security guard was trying to tell them something totally different. So I don't know, it's conflicting stories though. But the question is, I wonder, did they get some kind of warning to know that building was about to fall in? And from what I understand, it was a very old building. So maybe the upkeep on it was not good.
Yeah, it could have been. That happened in Illinois not too long ago. Two things kind of led to it. One, it being an old building, and then the other thing was we had like a severe storm. We had tornado watches, tornado warnings. So we had they was having a concert that night, and if I can remember correctly, the warnings went out, like the sirens and everything. No one left the building, but they stopped playing the music. And then so they were like, "Hey, we're going to take a pause until afterwards." So everybody try to, like a hold in place. Then the sun caved in, 11 people passed, and also I was cooking, and then next thing my phone went off. And then I was like, what is going on? And yeah, but maybe that could have been the same situation. It's like, hey, it's an old building. Maybe it's a storm coming through. Maybe they should just for another day. But damn, it's
unfortunate, and they say that's where a lot of the like it people would come and go to celebrities, I think it wasn't a baseball player in there. If I'm not mistaken, it was one. It was
talking about somebody in particular. Yeah, I saw
MLB player.
Yeah, either that or their spouse. I can't remember, but yeah.
Crazy. So
everything happening. Everything happening except for people hitting the lotto. I ain't seen nobody hit the lotto.
Let me ask y'all something, right? I just ran across something I want to talk about too. Y'all see everything that's going on with Wendy Williams?
No, I have not seen nothing about that.
I mean, with just in general, with her being in the guardianship, right?
Yeah, the guardianship and conservatory. Yeah,
the conservatory.
Conservatorship. Yeah.
I got a question for y'all.
Okay.
Why the hell Kanye West ain't in one? I think he's the one that probably needs it the most. What y'all think?
Absolutely.
I'm just saying.
Court ordered. They need to court order him, get him admitted
immediately.
And that boy, wow, man. That boy, wow. The moment he said that crazy stuff about, the Carter's kids, I was like, you have officially gotten on the island by yourself. You're tripping. And then his girlfriend
way into the red zone.
Yeah. Now your girl divorced, like, nah, I'm out. You really went too far, which is crazy. You're like, look, I'm okay with the Nazis. I'm okay with the bigotry. I gotta go.
Right. She was out.
I gotta go. And which is crazy. But yeah, he does. You're right. Him getting conservatorship, him getting some type of court order, something, man. He needs something other than yes.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yeah.
Somebody did bring up a really good thing though. There was like Kanye does this, especially when he's about to drop an album.
That's what I thought was gonna happen.
Yep.
Or some shoes.
Yeah, or some shoes. Yeah. So it's just like, hey, I got something coming. I need to drum up a little bit of drama. You know, I'm gonna reach real high this time. You know, and I'm gonna go against, you know, the person that helped put me on. But and then, you know, obviously not being factual with some of the statements that he was making, saying that, oh well, Jay gets paid off of me, and then, you know, Charlamagne the God and Breakfast Club, Lauren, you know, they was able to fact check that. But you know, it's that is so tragic, man. It's so hard. Now I'm not like my wife. My wife knows how to separate artists from their music, so she can listen. Yeah, I can't. You know, she can listen to, you know, Kells. She can listen I can't.
Nope. I will not.
I can't because I can't see them the same. You know, so I was just, she's like, oh
yeah,
still same. I'm like, what?
I've been in a situation and it came on what's that song? Girl, let me see your body go la la, you know, and I love that song, and I started moving. I'm like, oh shit, no, I can't do it. I gotta take that off.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, he got one song that kind of messed me up, but I can't listen to it's Slow Dance with
oh yeah.
Whoa. I'm like, man, I let him get through that note, and I'm like, I can't listen to any more music, man. I can't do it because it just. And so, you know, and the same thing is happening with Ye. I don't listen to the College Dropout anymore. I don't listen to you know, Late Registration. I might listen to some, you know, collabs, but what hurts me is Watch the Throne is like one of my favorite albums of all time.
Yeah,
it's such a good album. Some of Jay's, I mean, Jay is flawless on that album. Kanye did his thing, and I'm like, dude, don't do this to me. I need this album. You know, I need this. This is the only thing that I can still hold on to because, you know, it's mainly Jay. But I'm like, God, dog, you're gonna get me to the point where I can't even listen to Watch the Throne. I'm not.
I guess I ain't mad enough yet.
Yeah,
not with Kanye. Because I swear I've been listening to Diamonds from Sierra Leone every day, right? And Life of the Party. So
man, I had to get off the boat so I could walk on water. Like, come on,
yeah.
Kanye, you messing up some of my best stuff.
Like what Jay-Z said, you waiting for the end of the dynasty. Seems like forever seems like a mighty long time. Like, damn, but the dynasty about to end. Like it's over. Like, no.
Stop, please.
Yeah, I hate that. Yeah, that's getting me right there because I'm like, damn, Kanye, I really like your music. Like from beginning to now, even the last one, I still love that one. So it's like, you about to make it hard out here for me.
Well, and the thing about it is because, like I said, he's putting these words, he's putting his energy out into the internet, into the world, right? And like I said, we're all married, and we've all been in arguments. We've heard things that hurt. We've said things that hurt. But we know there are some things that we cannot say. Because once you let that out there, you can't take it back. And, you know, you're saying that you're regretting having kids with Kim. Like, you know how much your daughter loves you.
Right.
Like, you can't be saying that. Oh, I regret having kids. Like, dang. You know what I'm saying? So it's those things that I'm looking at. I'm like, yo, who's advocating for this guy? Who's trying to stop him from damaging the rest of his life?
Yeah.
I don't know what Kanye's trying to achieve I think is Ye 50? How old is Kanye?
Let's see. Let's see.
Let's see.
That's an interesting question. 47.
47 years old.
Uh-huh.
How
47.
much relevance are you trying to take into your 50s as a rapper?
Right.
Like,
How much are you gonna even be able to gain in your 50s as a
right.
rapper? Like, are we
Like,
still
come
gonna be
on,
trying to listen to a 50-year-old rapper with new songs? No.
right.
Because now it's gonna get to a point where you're gonna look ridiculous. So
Exactly. Because my thing is, my kids don't listen to Ye. They don't care about Ye. The only one that care about Ye is other people that's his age, us.
right.
And like you're pushing us away, and it's like, look, that's not going to work because again, you're not showing any signs of wanting to get off the train. Like you plan on doing this at 60?
Right. And
You
still
know,
with the same antics, like no.
exactly. And I'm not telling people you can't be those legacy rappers. You can't be those
Right.
legends still trying to do it. You know, shout out to LL Cool J, shout out to Busta.
Oh yeah.
You know, shout out all these people. But you got to know your role. Like Charlie Wilson ain't the Charlie Wilson from, you know, the 90s and the 80s. He knows his lane. Hey, I'm just going to perform for my people. I'm taking it easy. I just need these checks to keep
His old songs.
Exactly.
He ain't trying to keep wait a minute. Yes, they did he did have a moment where he tried to keep up with the people.
Yeah, he
and
did.
It did. Yeah, he was trying to keep up with the younger generation, but I don't think it worked out for him.
Yeah.
So he retreated back to, his old songs, which I feel like was better for him.
I mean, yeah, but you know, it's one of those things that he didn't drum up controversy in the middle
of. No, he didn't.
And I don't think that's the way forward for a rapper trying to, you know, stay relevant in the game, because you can end up in a space to whereas, like, musically speaking, we're giving you your flowers. Like, yo, you're one of the greatest minds that ever did this. But you could find yourself so repulsive that it's not that people don't want to give you your flowers. We just don't want to speak your name.
Right. Because it's too much behind your name.
Exactly.
And not only is he offending them, you know, even with Kanye, he's not only offending them, but he's starting to offend us as well.
Yeah, he offends everybody.
Yeah, he got a blast.
Yeah, right.
And when you see that, not only is it unprompted, but it's not even, the beef isn't even factual. It's like, well, anyone close to you can bet their bottom dollar that you'll do that to them.
Right.
You know,
your liability.
Exactly. Your liability. Like, why would I hang out with you? You're going to do this to me later. The guy that gave you all your opportunities, you said stuff about his kids. You know what I'm saying?
Then he turned on the other guy too. He said something about him. What's his name? Was it Ty Dolla $igns or? He turned on somebody else that was with him. In the game too. Did y'all see he just turned on the game?
No way.
No.
Yeah, they just got into it too. They were going back and forth. It's at the point, y'all know, they suspended his Twitter page
again.
Yep. Him in the game went at it, and Game pretty much told him, you can come and get. He was talking about how he gave Game those 2 Maybachs or whatever, and Game was like, your weird ass can come and get these 2 cars. Like, come and get them from me directly.
Damn.
Yeah. It was crazy.
I guess he wasn't lying though. I ain't gonna lie to you. If I give you a Maybach, I'm never gonna forget it. I swear to God, I'm never gonna forget that.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's my point, man. I gave him 2 Maybachs.
Okay, exactly.
I mean, at the bar drunk on West Coast, hey, you know I gave the kids some Maybach. He ain't have it, but I was like, shit, man, small change. What's your name? Yeah, but it's cool. I do believe that he do need some type of conservative book. And I'm not saying it because I'm like, oh, he does need some censoring. He needs medication. He needs help. He needs therapy.
Very clear.
Yeah, and more so than anything else, he needs to be removed from fame. He needs to be able to find life without the limelight, without the spotlight.
Yeah.
So
I think you really just summed that up. He needs to be saved from himself, because I feel like he's going down a very dangerous path. And I'm always a firm believer in don't ever go and make too many enemies, because when one decides to knock you off, nobody know who did it. Because you have so many people, you made enemies. You turn enemies. So all it takes is one to knock you off. They don't know who to look at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And not only are you pissing, it's not like you're out here pissing Joe Blow that work at McDonald's off. You pissing some heavy hitters that got people in all different directions that you don't know. And they can come and knock you off like that. So I think he's playing a very, very dangerous game, especially going after the people he's going after. I'm just gonna say that, right?
exactly, because Kanye know that him and Jay did not have the same upbringing.
They
did not have the same communities. It's completely different life. There's some people that Jay allegedly that Jay's affiliated with that aren't allowed to be famous.
Oh, I got you covered right here.
Yeah.
Boom.
Exactly. There's people that Jimmy know. That Tata know, that all of them know that they can't be on the camera. These guys can't be famous. They can't be known. We're playing with people that know those people.
Right.
There's some guys that really there's people that know people that they don't do it for money.
They do it just because their loyalty.
They do it just because. So that's just how it goes.
Shit, the way he's going around offending with the swastika and all this different stuff on here, they gonna do it I'll do it as a favor. That's what they're saying. They'll do it as a damn favor because you're offending everybody across the board. So, and you know what? Y'all know what y'all. Go ahead. I was gonna say, y'all know they say that they'll knock you off too because you worth more dead than you are alive to them, allegedly. I know y'all heard it before.
He might want that to happen.
I
wouldn't be surprised if he wanted to happen.
I'm just saying.
Just he gained his billionaire back. That's the closest thing he can get. Claim his billionaire status back.
Yeah. Hey, not only are you messing with the Carters, you're messing with another big ass family too, the Kardashians. You don't know what the hell they got up their sleeve or who gonna do it for them. You messing with two powerful ass families. Two powerful families. If they got together, they can run the whole damn world. Let's keep it a buck here.
Right.
You're messing with them, and you're becoming their enemies. Boy.
Yeah. And the best thing that could happen, the best thing that could happen to just people just say, stop listening to the
Yeah. So, but will they? Will they though?
You're right, because despite how I even opened up, this segment talking about I wish Quavo would stop making music, people are listening to him. And I think if people listen to Quavo, people
he got fans.
Yeah, people don't listen to Kanye.
Look, listen, same here. I said I wouldn't listen to R. Kelly. He got fans. His music's still in rotation.
It goes like that. But
so you just never know.
Right. Celebrities, they do have a responsibility. And I know how people say, like, oh, you shouldn't hold celebrities up to a high regard. Celebrities all tell you, like, look, I'm not a role model, don't blah blah blah. But then the thing about it, there is a responsibility in being a celebrity.
It is.
You can't say, well, I'm not a role model. I said, but you're presenting yourself to the world. And when you present yourself to the world, you gotta ask yourself, well, what is the cause of this? And is this for good? Is it for detriment?
Right.
And who you decide you want to be, you're going to be a role model to some. There's some terrible people that were role models to some people. So I'm not calling him terrible. I mean, he's by far just very sick.
I think so too. I think he has the capacity to be a good person. I think in deep down, I mean, deep down inside of him,
Yeah.
you know, because right now it's just too many damn levels of crazy at this point.
Yeah.
We saw it in the beginning, but now I mean, he on a whole nother level of crazy. So I think deep down underneath all that crazy, he does have the capacity to be a really good person and really, a giving person, but he needs help. Somebody needs to save him from himself. And that's what it basically comes down to, somebody needs to save him from himself, because if not, he's doing more damage than he is doing good at this point, not only to himself but to his family as well, because
Right.
the things that you say about your kids and their mother, they're going to see that one day, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're seeing that today.
That's the thing that get me. Like, North isn't young,
Right?
she's old enough to know. She's old enough to be hurt by that.
Mm-hmm.
And I know sometimes people say things because they want to hurt the other person, but
right.
The kids catching strays though.
Right. What if they go to school and one of the school kids decide to try to get at them by way of their dad?
Right. What does the Christmas gift look like to say I'm sorry?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta watch yourself. Those things. That's.
I thought he did enough when he said in the beginning, when he called himself was running for president or whatever. When he said about the whole abortion thing, I thought that was too far when he said the whole abortion thing, but now it's just like, damn, you just keep adding another layer on top of another layer.
Yeah,
I
don't know what to say.
It's wild. It's wild. It's wild.
He lost his friends. He lost pretty much everybody. So he's just, you do a song with Drake, then you diss Drake, and then it's just crazy. But I hope that we all could get along. Like the Breakfast Club. Somehow make it back together.
What?
I'm just saying, like the Breakfast Club. How Lauren and Jess.
Oh yeah. I like that. They did that.
That was good. I was happy for them, man.
Me too.
It got scary for a second.
It did.
Yeah, and then she's a good host, and I definitely like what she does, and same thing with Jess. They all have their different flavors, so hopefully,
yeah. I read through the comments. I would read through the comments in the mornings when I watch them. Excuse me. I read through the comments, and the people were saying that they didn't want Jess back, just to keep it real. I saw more comments than not saying we don't want Jess back. Keep Lauren. But I feel like, me personally, I feel like there's room for both of them.
Yes.
Yeah, Jess brings the more comedic side to the room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Lauren brings the more seriousness of the news. You have the front page news, but then you have the celebrity news as well. And she brings that, and she fact checks. She does her own. She has her own way of bringing that, but her own thing that she brings to that room. And then Jess follows up with the comedic side. I like that. Yeah. Now, Jess has her part. The Jess fix my mess. I like that. You know what I'm saying? So I say again, just around to close it all in, I think there's room for everybody on that show.
For sure. For sure.
There's definitely room.
And this is the only thing I want to say about it is, and hopefully the Breakfast Club don't get this and then they eat me up. But if they did, if it somehow bubbled up to them,
it is what it is. We got to keep it. Hey, over here on Crown by Kenzie, we keep it 100% real. Hey, what the hell is on your mind?
Right. The thing is, I would say is, and just keeping it a buck, the show would not suffer if Jess wasn't there and Lauren was there.
No.
But the one thing I will say about the show, with only having 3 hosts, anytime one of them was out and there's only 2, whether it was Envy and Angie or Envy and Charlotte or Charlotte and Angela, it was unwatchable. That show, when one of the 3 was out, it's
still
it's really hard to watch with just 2 of them, because it's either I mean, I don't know, like with Envy and Charlamagne, you know, after Angela Lee left, you know, those two trying to do it, it just felt like they were trying really hard to make the show entertaining. When before it was naturally like that, you know, she was the, you know, they were the comedic relief, you know, Envy, he is still a DJ, so he knows how they guide, you know, things. But, you know, Angela was what grounded them and was able to bring us into, you know, like I said, the celebrity. That's what grounded the show. It's not just about having a DJ and somebody just talking, you know, bad about somebody. It's like, hey, this is what's happening, you know, in the entertainment space to catch you up since y'all didn't catch it last night or this week. But it was so unbearable when it wasn't there. Or all you have is Angela and Envy.
Envy seems like he's disconnected when Charlamagne ain't in the room.
Exactly. So
he's very disconnected.
Exactly. So having 4 people up there, if one person's not there at the moment, I think the show is in a way more sustainable place like this. Because even then, when they have a celebrity up there, they don't have all four of the hosts now. You know, one of them. So I think they're in a good shape. I really am happy they made it over that hump. I can't wait to see where it goes from here. Especially considering that, you know, Jess and Lauren are significantly younger than, you know, Charlamagne and DJ.
And that does bring a different flavor right there because they are younger.
They are younger. It's a, you know, a different.
Do you think they would? I'm glad they didn't, but I guess they wouldn't have brought somebody older in when they were scouting new co-hosts, because really then I think the show would have really went under.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, you the last thing you needed was to lose the young audience. You know, at our age, you know, we're fans or we're not. And you know, we'll listen to you until you don't have anything else to offer us, but you can't tap into a new audience with older people. You know,
right?
What you do, unless that was like a something that they grew up with. Like you're sitting in the backseat of your mom and dad car listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show. You're gonna listen to the Steve Harvey Morning Show when you leave home,
right?
But that's not what this is. You know what I'm saying? And they definitely needed that. And then, like I said, it's also something that they can pass the baton to whenever they feel like they retire. You know, if Jess and Laura are still there and they want to, you know, keep going, they can hire 2 younger hosts. You know, 2 hosts that are younger than them. You know, I think it works. I think it works out really well like that.
I heard that Lauren's podcast was not doing that well. They say it started off high, but then it just went going. Because I was reading through some, you know, blogs or whatnot, and some people were saying that she's just not that interesting by herself. Like she kind of needs to play off of Charlamagne and Envy and Jess, you know, but by herself, I haven't watched the podcast. You watched it?
Well, I saw a video. She did have a video on her page. She doesn't have very many viewers right now. I mean, very many subscribers, but that's how it starts when you just start.
Of course, I know.
Yeah. But it was, I think if I look at it, she was like, I turned something into my own show, basically in so many ways. Like, hey, you know, I had a moment I grew. And to say that she's not interesting, it's not completely inaccurate. It's a reason why she doesn't run the show. You know, it is what it is, you know, and you know, and yeah, basically, and it does. She does need, you know, some type of external stimulant to be able to either to answer the questions or give her the quips or keep her going, and which is cool because some people, you know, people, you know, work off of that. And there's nothing wrong with not being that talent yet. You know, that's the thing. Because if she wants that, she can work on it. But it doesn't work for everybody. I look at it like this. You know, Oprah retired.
Wendy's locked up somewhere.
Yeah. Queen Latifah had a show. People liked it. It went away, didn't come back. Didn't, you know, for a while we didn't know if he was going to get anybody that kind of fill in those shoes. Fast forward, another Chicago native. Hey, all of a sudden we got J Hood. Okay, J Hood's doing well.
People say she's not that smart. I'm
Oh,
just saying.
Oh,
People say that.
All comments are alleged. No, but
allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah, but it's one of those things that her show stuck around, and not knocking Lauren, because she seems like a beautiful person,
yeah. I like Lauren personally.
Yeah, I do too. It's just some things ain't your thing,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Some things just ain't your thing. At least yet you just getting started. You're an investigative journalist. You're not here for the ESPN of things. You're a reporter. Like, look, I'm giving you the facts, and I have to be as impartial as possible. And I'm not trying to sell you a perspective on this. I'm literally just trying to give you a fact. It's up to the listener to decide, what they want to do with that information. So and I appreciate her right now, occupying that space, because in a lot of things, when we talk about personality, media personality, you need impartial. You need that. Hey, I'm just in the middle. I'm just trying to let y'all know what's happening.
Right.
And, let people get away with that. But J Hood not being smart, I don't know.
I mean, she didn't sound smart from what the people say. I've never watched the show. I've never even watched Sherri Shepherd before. I made myself a vow. I don't have anything against Sherri Shepherd. Like, I like her. Yeah. But I've made myself a vow that because that was Wendy's spot, I can't do it. Really? I made myself a vow. I promised myself I would never watch that show. And it's nothing against her, because I believe it's a great show. But I just can't do it. So I cannot do it. It's like traumatic for me to watch that.
No. I think the only time I did not like it, because now granted, me and Wendy's relationship is mainly me in passing. I'll catch either the headlines of what she said like the next day. But I did not like when they had Nick Cannon filling in. That hurt. I was like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
Like, first of all, is he the only person y'all know? Right. And why do y'all keep giving him all these little gigs? But at the same time, it just didn't feel right. It didn't feel. Nick Cannon always felt like he's trying to be whatever whatever the perspective is at the moment. Oh, I got it. I'm gonna try to be messy. Like look, Wendy wasn't messy.
Or try to be gangster.
Yeah. And Wendy wasn't messy for the sake of being messy. If Wendy's saying something, it's because whoever's alleged at the moment didn't want other people to know what she knew. And she's like, hey,
and it eventually comes back out.
Yeah, exactly. My job is to let the people know. So
exactly.
Now, if you don't like the way it was presented, like, look, man, this is the gift you gave me. I just unwrapped it. That's it.
Right. Absolutely.
So
well, I my relationship with Wendy, like, hey, that's I love Wendy Williams. Like, I cannot wait until she hits the streets again, because I just know it's going to be a wild ride, and it's going to be lots to catch up on and lots to talk about. But speaking of talk about, we've been talking a lot on this platform for an hour and 14 minutes, and I think 40 minutes of it we gave to the people, and maybe an hour to ourselves, right? And I think Jamar had some technical issues, so damn, Jay.
Yeah,
I think he has some technical issues. Yeah, I think he has some technical issues, so we're gonna have to catch him on the next when we jump back in here again. I don't know about y'all. I'm about to go ahead and make me a little Crown Royal, make me a nightcap.
Man, I'm just gonna hide the fact that I ate my wife's cheesecake while she was sick and sleep.
Oh my God, I thought you were about to go somewhere else, but praise the Lord. You didn't go there. I thought you were headed down a road like, where the hell that came from?
Nah.
Praise the Lord. But yeah.
She's like, rewind that part. I like that part.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. Like, whoa, I thought you were about to go somewhere else with that one. Like, all I heard was, I ate my wife. Whoa. I said, look, I was like, remember I said don't share too much on this platform. Well, yeah, I enjoyed this.
Yeah, absolutely, man. This has been awesome. So, like I said, it's
okay.
Decade in the making, man. From my idea to realization. So hopefully,
right. And we're still building, guys. So don't look for perfection right now. We're still building. If you're looking for perfection, take that shit on to somebody else's page, because on this one right here, Crowned by Kenzie, the podcast, we're gonna do it the way we do it and what makes us comfortable. And if y'all want to be, if you're one of those people, you suffer from FOMO. This is the place you want to be. You definitely do not want to miss out on what is to come with Crowned by Kenzie, the podcast. Right?
There we go.
Fair saying that. And watch Crowned by Kenzie, the actual YouTube show too, because I'm still gonna be moving on the side on that too. So y'all still watch that too. Throughout the week,
all the update information, please. That way you'll know what we're talking about when we get to the podcast. That's right.
All right. Go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, hit that notification bell, and make sure you share it with your friends, family, co-workers, your side pieces, everybody. Whoever you got out there,
someone, man.
That's right. That's how you do it. And make sure you sign up so that way you'll know definitely when we air and when we go live. Y'all take care. Have a good night. Peace. Thank y'all for watching Crowned by Kenzie. Peace.